Some mysteries don't fade with time. They get louder. Whole cities gone. Flights lost in clear skies, signals from nowhere. Science tried to explain them. Governments tried to bury them. But some events? Yeah. They still slap us with one truth. We don't have all the answers, not even close. These aren't legends. These are real, documented, and still unsolved. Let's start with the one that disappeared in a perfect sky. Before we dive in, hit like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps videos like this coming. Number 25, the flight that vanished in the clear sky. Let's break down what happened. The flight was routine. Blue skies, nothing strange in the air. No distress call, no turbulence. Everything reading clean. Then, mid-route, the radar blip freezes, and the aircraft just drops off the map. Air traffic control scrambling, phones ringing. Pilots sweep the sky over the last ping zone. No wreckage, no fuel trail. Nothing floating, nothing burning. The black box timeline ends clean. No warning, no chaos. Dozens of people just gone. No closure for anyone. Investigators comparing flight logs. Every theory gets thrown out. Weather, engines, pilot error. Even nature didn't have an excuse that day. Speculation blows up. Hijack, sabotage, something else. Some say it sunk where tech still can't reach. Others think it vanished somewhere off path, way off grid. But no proof ever surfaced, not a single trace. Years pass, search missions stop, questions don't. A flight that took off and never came back. That's the part nobody wants to say out loud. Sometimes the sky keeps its secrets. Number 24, the city that was found frozen in time. Let's walk through what investigators discovered. Every door was left open, like people planned to come right back. Meals unfinished, chairs pulled out, coffee cups half full. Work stopped mid-swing, like time just hit pause. No alarms, no struggle, no signs of evacuation. Families vanished, but life was left behind. Teams searched every building, top to bottom. No disaster logs, no disease reports, nothing official. Cars left parked with keys inside, engines cold. Blackboards still written on, like class ended mid-sentence. Wallets, clothes, jewelry. Nobody packed a thing. Days passed, but nobody ever came back. Every theory gets tested. Chemical leak, mass migration, panic event. Nothing matches, nothing sticks. Records stay quiet. The city doesn't collapse. It just sits there, untouched, as if everyone stepped out and never walked back in. No mass graves, no footprints leaving town, no final trail. The investigation ends. The questions don't. No warnings, no answers, just silence. An entire town frozen in a single moment. Number 23, the expedition that left footprints into nowhere. Here's what search teams found in the ice. The team's footprints stretch miles across frozen terrain. Same spacing, same direction, no sign of panic. The trail stays clean, no collapse, no storm damage. Then the path reaches flat ground, and the tracks just stop. No drag marks, no drop-off, no break in the surface, nothing around them, no shelter, no cave, no cliffs, no heat signatures anywhere nearby. Their packs and tools, all accounted for. They were headed straight, no detours, and still, there's no sign of where they went next. No footprints turning back, no collapse beneath them. Teams expand the search in every direction, but the trail never picks up again. Records list the cause as unknown. A journey that left footprints, and then left nothing. Number 22, the man who arrived with an ID from a country that doesn't exist. Here's how the case unfolded. Immigration officers examine his passport. Everything looks legit. Real stamps, real seals, no signs of forgery. But the country printed on the document doesn't exist on any map. No border records, no recognition, zero diplomatic history. He speaks confidently. Says he's flown here before. Same passport, same route. Officials dig through records. Nothing matches. His ticket is valid. Boarding logs confirm his seat. He has a hotel booking, local currency, business documents. He points to where his country should be. But on every map, it's empty space. He's held overnight while agencies verify his identity. Guards report nothing unusual. But by morning, the man is gone. No alarms, no sign of escape, no trace on cameras. His documents, still there. The investigation closes without answers. A traveler with a real identity from a place that never existed. Number 21. The signal that came from the middle of the ocean floor. Here's what made scientists stop and stare. Instruments are recording routine acoustic data across the Pacific. Then, out of nowhere, a massive signal hits the system. Multiple sensors pick it up at the exact same moment. It isn't random noise. The pattern looks deliberate, organized. Triangulation locks onto one location, miles below the ocean's surface. Too deep for subs, too remote for cables. Nothing human operates there. Teams rerun the data. No glitches, no recording errors. The signal lasts only moments, then cuts out completely. It never repeats, not once. Exploration tech searches the site, finds nothing unusual. Research groups argue, natural phenomenon or something else. No quake, no eruption, no geological match. Some data gets sealed, the rest stays public, but incomplete, and the ocean goes silent again. One transmission from a place no one can reach. Recorded once, never explained, and even now, science has no answer. Number 20. The ship found perfectly intact, with no crew on board. Here's what search crews discovered at sea. The vessel is found drifting, engines off, waters calm. No damage, no struggle. Everything sitting exactly where it should be. Meals are left on the tables. Like dinner stopped mid-bite. Chairs pushed out. Drinks unfinished. No sign of panic. The logbook ends mid-sentence, with no clue what happened next. Personal items remain. Clothes folded, gear stored neatly. Every lifeboat is still attached. None were used. No distress call was ever sent. All systems steady. Nothing suggests an emergency. They search every room, top deck to cargo hold. No signs of sabotage, no flooding, no fire damage. And around the ship, nothing, no debris, no bodies. The crew didn't abandon ship, but they weren't there. The report closes, cause unknown. A vessel perfectly intact, with no one left aboard. Food on the tables, log unfinished, silence everywhere, and the sea never gave the answers back. If mysteries like this hit different, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment which part surprised you the most. Number 19. The ancient structure built with technology that shouldn't have existed. Here's why this site still shocks researchers. The stones are massive, some weighing dozens of tons, yet the cuts are clean, machine-level precise. No mortar, no filler, just perfect interlocking joints. Surfaces are so smooth. Tools from that era shouldn't have managed it. No chisel marks, no tool remnants, nothing left behind. Angles match modern engineering tolerances. The layout follows exact geometry. Intentional, calculated, and parts of the structure line up with celestial events. But no discovered tools can explain how it was built. Theories stack up. Early engineering, lost knowledge, or something else. The stones were hauled from miles away, across brutal terrain. Yet there's no trace of how they moved them. Even the interior shows the same impossible precision. Excavations uncover artifacts, but never the technology. And after centuries, the structure barely shifts. A monument built far beyond its era, with methods history can't account for. precision without explanation, and a level of engineering we still can't fully answer. Number 18. The child who remembered a life they never lived. Here's what stunned the family and investigators. The child describes places no one ever showed them. Street names, building colors, tiny details locked in. They speak about people they've known, but never met. Their memories match a real person who died decades earlier. Addresses, dates, family names, all line up. The child has no access to these records. None. They point to a home miles away and say, "I used to live there." Inside, every detail matches what they claimed. The previous family recognizes the stories, word for word. They remember arguments, favorite objects, even childhood fears. Experts test for coaching, memory leaks, suggestion. No manipulation found, no prior exposure. The child insists, they've been here before. Records confirm the match, but not the cause. A life remembered by someone who never lived it. The details are real, the link isn't, and the mystery stays unsolved. Number 17. The underground city that no civilization claims. Here's what explorers uncovered below the surface. The tunnels run for miles, carved with deliberate precision. Ventilation systems, airflow channels, all engineered. Entire living spaces, kitchens, storage rooms, gathering halls. The construction is advanced, but the builders are unknown. Multiple levels stretch downward, designed for long-term life. Water systems are integrated, carefully directed. This wasn't a cave, it was engineered, and the scale suggests an entire hidden city. But no known culture ever claimed to have built it. No inscriptions, no historical records, no origin story. The craftsmanship doesn't match surrounding societies. Who lived here, and why underground? There are exit routes, as if built for safety or refuge. Yet no remains, no symbols, no ruling class were found. A city carved with intelligence, but claimed by no civilization on record. The systems make sense, the history doesn't, and the underground city remains unanswered. Number 16. The town where everyone heard the same unexplainable sound. Here's what thousands of people reported at the exact same time. The sound begins suddenly across the entire town. No wind, no storms, no aircraft overhead. The noise is deep, metallic, almost mechanical. Different streets, different neighborhoods. Same exact tone. Animals panic, but nothing in the environment changes. The sound carries miles outward, with no clear source. Local radios pick nothing up. No emergency signals, no broadcasts. No machinery failure, no industrial activity. The tone rises, then fades, then returns again. Witness reports match, word for word. Recordings show a structured frequency pattern. No seismic movement, no ground vibration. Atmosphere conditions, normal, nothing abnormal detected. Officials investigate and release no final explanation. The sound stops, as suddenly as it began. No speaker, no device, no source. Thousands witnessed the same event, with nothing to point to, and the sound, whatever it was, never came back. Number 15, the storm that destroyed everything, but never appeared in weather records. Here's what witnesses said happened. On a day science says nothing did. Residents report a violent storm hitting without warning. Winds tear through streets, roofs ripped open, power lines down. Rain comes sideways. Visibility near zero. Families bunkered down, convinced they're in a major weather event. When it finally stops, the town looks wrecked. Property destroyed, streets blocked, entire blocks torn apart. Dozens of people capture footage. Every story matches, but meteorology logs show nothing. No storm cell, no wind event, No anomaly detected. Satellite records agree. The sky was calm. Damage proves something happened. But science won't back it. Hundreds witnessed the same storm in the same hour. Official reports list 0 weather incidents. A disaster the world says never happened. If mysteries like this pull you in, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment which moment shocked you the most. And the records still say, there was never a storm. Number 14, the traveler who knew events before they happened. Witness accounts begin with a stranger showing up unannounced. He gives warnings, specific dates, locations, and events. Everything is recorded before anything happens. Days later, the event unfolds exactly the way he said it would. He returns with another warning. Different city, different scenario, same level of detail. This time, they take him seriously. And again, he's right. They try to verify who he is, but nothing exists in records. No documents, no digital footprint, no past. He appears in multiple locations, then vanishes for months. Each time he returns, the pattern repeats. Explanations clash. Probability, intuition, or something else. Then one day, he stops showing up. No identity confirmed, no origin traced. A traveler who arrived without a past and left behind predictions that all came true. And to this day, no one knows who he was. Number 13, the tomb sealed from inside with no way out. Here's what stunned the excavation team. The tomb is discovered deep underground, sealed solid on every side. No cracks, no openings, no hidden passageways. The outer seal shows no signs of tampering. Inside, one stone coffin sits alone. When the lid is opened, they find a preserved body. The person died inside, but there's no way they could have entered. No tunnels beneath, no break-in from below, no collapse from above. The chamber was never opened. The dust patterns prove it stayed sealed for centuries. The stonework is flawless, impossible to reseal from inside. No ritual or tradition explains a self-sealed tomb. Theories clash: ritual entombment, construction accident, or something else. No message, no name, no story of who they were. The official record confirms the impossibility. A body trapped in stone, inside a tomb no one could have entered or left. Nothing explains how they were placed there. And the tomb remains one of history's strangest puzzles. Number 12, the island that appeared on maps, then disappeared from reality. Here's how an island existed on paper, but nowhere else. Explorers document a new landmass in the open ocean. They record its position, latitude, longitude, and size. Other expeditions confirm it, and the island appears on maps worldwide. Years later, new missions sailed to the same location. But when they arrive, there's only open water. The coordinates are correct. The island isn't there. No shallow seabed, no reef, no submerged landform. Updated maps quietly remove it without explanation. Historians verify the records. The early reports were consistent. Some argue mapping error, mirage, or misread coastline. Others suggest a landmass that rose and later sank. But no geological evidence has ever backed it. The world eventually erased it, like it never existed. An island discovered by explorers that reality refused to keep, and its mystery remains, somewhere between maps and memory. Number 11, the photograph that should be impossible. Here's the image that left analysts speechless. The photo predates modern editing, taken decades ago. But the person in the picture shouldn't be there. The face matches someone born many years later. Bone structure, eyes, jawline, nearly identical. Specialists confirm the print is authentic. No manipulation. The original negative matches the final image, but the photograph was taken decades before the person was born. Records line up. Location confirmed, photographer verified. They recognize the scene, but have no memory of being there. Explanations range from coincidence to mistaken identity. But the resemblance is too precise to dismiss. Investigators stop short of calling it impossible. But they can't explain it either. One image, out of time. And a photograph that still shouldn't exist. Number 10. The voice. Recorded inside a room where no sound could enter. Here's what made this recording impossible. The room is fully isolated, built to block every external sound. No air vents, no openings, no echo. Absolute silence. A test recorder is left inside with no one present. The door is locked. The room is left completely empty. For a while, nothing but static quiet. Then, a voice appears on the recording. Clear, human, calm, speaking in full sentences. The tone sounds close, as if someone stood right beside the mic. But cameras prove no one entered the room. No hidden speakers, no radio bleed, no signal interference. The door was never opened. They repeat the experiment, but the voice never returns. The message is calm, but gives no identity, no purpose. Analysis confirms the audio is real, not fabricated. A sealed chamber, with a voice that shouldn't exist, and one recording science still can't account for. Number 9. The coin minted in a kingdom history says never existed. Here's the artifact that rewrote more questions than answers. The coin is authentic. Ancient metal, correct aging, real wear. It bears the seal of a kingdom no historian has ever recorded. The writing identifies a ruler and capital city, unknown to history. Scientific tests confirm the alloy matches its time period, but its symbols and style match no neighboring culture. The area where it was found has no record of such a state existing. No trade mentions, no diplomacy, no references anywhere. Then fragments surface from the same unknown mint. Theories emerge. Lost microstate, erased culture, or breakaway society. But no ruins, no texts, no capital city have ever been found. Only the currency remains. Proof of a nation with no history. Museums verify the piece without explaining its story. A coin minted from a place the past refuses to remember. And a kingdom history says never existed. Number 8. The forest where travelers lose hours. They can't remember. Here's what people report after walking inside. They say the air feels heavy, like the forest is pressing in. Clocks stop working, all at the same moment. Phones lose time. GPS drifts off track. People remember walking, then suddenly, nothing. Minutes turn into hours, without memory in between. They return to the trailhead, shocked by how late it is. Different people, different years, same story. They report silence, like the world switches off. Some say the path feels shorter than the distance they walked. Teams run tests, magnetic fields, radiation, terrain shifts. Equipment fails, leaving blank spaces in recordings. The phenomenon appears again and again, across generations. No hallucinations, no shared story. Independent accounts match, and every witness describes the same missing hours. A place where time moves, and people don't. The stories align, the science doesn't, and the forest keeps its hours to itself. Number 7. The cave paintings that depict sky objects unknown to their time. Here's what archaeologists found deep underground. The walls are covered in detailed sky patterns. Some depict round bodies, arranged like planets. The alignment matches modern astronomy. With striking accuracy, star clusters appear exactly where they exist in the night sky. Dating confirms the paintings were created centuries before telescopes. The artists had no technology to observe space at this scale. One drawing even shows a comet path, inaccurate orbital motion, Modern models line up with their markings exactly. This wasn't symbolic art. The precision goes beyond myth. Multiple chambers show the same designs, replicated with care. Theories emerge: shared memory, lost science, or chance alignment. But some stars weren't catalogued until modern astronomy. Yet they appear right there on the cave walls. Analysis verifies the accuracy, but not the source of knowledge. Centuries before our instruments, someone mapped the sky with precision, and no one knows how they knew. The cave keeps its knowledge and its mystery. Number 6, the map that showed continents before they were discovered. Here's the chart that rewrote what historians thought they knew. The coastlines are precise, far beyond the mapping ability of its era. Modern geography lines up almost perfectly with the drawing. But these lands weren't officially charted for hundreds of years. The technology of the time shouldn't have allowed this level of accuracy. Distances, angles, and shore curves match modern mapping standards. Even interior terrain appears where it actually exists. No records of travel, no expeditions to justify this knowledge. Sea navigation at the time relied on rough estimates, not precision. Some suggest the map was copied from an older unknown source, but no earlier maps with this accuracy have ever been found. Everything else from that century looks primitive by comparison. Latitude lines, coast curves, continental edges, all consistent. Verification confirms authenticity, but not the source. A world accurately drawn, long before explorers ever claimed to discover it. And the question remains, who mapped it first? The chart survives, but its origin doesn't. Number 5. The letters sent from someone who had already died. Here's the case that left families and investigators stunned. The handwriting matches perfectly. Every stroke, every curve. It is identical to the person who wrote letters years before, but the postmark is dated long after they died. The mail route checks out. The delivery is legitimate. Every stamp, seal, and barcode tests real. The letters mention private memories. Only the deceased would know. Experts confirm no forgery, no imitation. More envelopes appear, all from the same sender. The address exists, but no one there claims responsibility. Tracking logs show normal processing, nothing unusual. The ink matches the correct production era. The words sound exactly like the person they lost. Official records accept the handwriting, but not the timeline. Messages from beyond a lifetime, signed by someone who shouldn't have been there to write them, and the mystery stays sealed inside the mail. Number 4, the bridge that appears in local legends and then in real photographs. For centuries, locals spoke of a bridge no records ever mentioned. The stories describe its exact shape, its arches, its stonework. But historical maps list nothing there. Years later, photographers visit the region out of curiosity. They capture a bridge, identical to the one from folklore. The architecture looks old, older than anything nearby. Different cameras, different years, same exact structure. But when survey teams return, the bridge is gone. The images are verified, authentic, unedited. Legends match the pictures, line for line. No pillars, no rubble, no construction traces. Some travelers claim they crossed it before it vanished again. The myth says the bridge only appears for a moment, a structure spoken of for centuries and captured by cameras, but never officially built. And the bridge remains somewhere between story and reality. Number 3, the event witnesses swore happened, but history never recorded. Hundreds of people describe the same day, the same event. They remember speeches, sirens, and a sudden shutdown of the city. Everyone agrees on the time, the moment everything stopped. Independent accounts align, same locations, same details. But when historians search the archives, there is nothing. No police report, No broadcast, no official record at all. Decades later, survivors still describe it the same way. Different districts, same memory. Some say mass misremembering, others call it censorship. Pages are missing, timelines break, references vanish. A single day erased. Everywhere but in the minds of witnesses, the number of matching statements keeps growing. Evidence says it happened, history says it didn't, and the truth sits in the space where records should be. A moment countless people swear was real, that never officially existed. Number 2, the message detected from deep space. Heard only once. Here's what scientists recorded in a single, unrepeatable moment. The receivers pick up a sudden spike in deep space frequency. It isn't noise. The pattern is structured, intentional. The signal carries rhythm, mathematical spacing between peaks. It comes from a distant region far beyond our solar system. Other observatories tune in, trying to catch it again. But after a few seconds, the message ends. They analyze every millisecond and confirm it's authentic. It doesn't match pulsars, cosmic bursts, or known interference. Some call it natural. Others say it looks engineered. But attempts to detect it again all fail. The recording is cataloged and locked into archives. One message, heard once, and never repeated again. And the universe hasn't spoken that way since. Number 1, the mystery that still refuses to be solved. Even today. This one sits at the edge of history, and no one agrees on what really happened. There are records, but none of them line up. Different witnesses describe different truths. Timelines overlap, then break apart. The place still exists, but whatever happened there doesn't leave fingerprints. Experts review the evidence for decades and reach no final answer. Part of the story is gone, erased or never recorded. What remains is incomplete, but undeniably real. Theories rise, collapse, and return again. No theory fits without leaving something unexplained. Even with today's technology, the trail still ends in silence. It's a mystery that refuses to cooperate, and maybe it never will. A reminder that some answers stay out of reach. If these mysteries made you think, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments which story still lives in your mind after watching. This journey doesn't end here. We keep searching.